So, Nick, what have you been playing this week?
Animal Crossing New Horizons. Completed it, mate. Finished.
The end credits have rolled.
Yeah, this morning, actually. I thought yesterday KK would come, but he came this morning. And he does a beautiful guitar and voice rendition of the main theme, which I have to say is my favourite Animal Crossing theme. It is so good. And I've seen some great videos on YouTube. I saw this one video on YouTube of an old woman and an old man. Like, not maybe too old, 50s, 60s. And the guy was playing on the trombone or the trumpet. I can't remember which one, trumpet. And the woman was playing on the piano. And it was amazing. Just these random old people doing like a little rendition of Animal Crossing music. And it sounds so good. But anyway, the game. I'm fairly confident in saying this is the best Animal Crossing game that I've ever played. The additions, including crafting, which I was very, very skeptical of, have made it... They've given you much more to do in a day. Because I think with New Leaf was the one that I played quite a lot on the 3DS after the original GameCube one, and my daily routine would be about 20 minutes on that. And I didn't play with anybody else. I was playing completely alone, so I didn't visit anybody or anything like that. And for 20 minutes a day, as I said before, it lasted me 3 or 4 years. I built up my town, unlocked everything, and had a lot of fun with it. I'm playing Animal Crossing New Horizons for 3 hours a day, which is actually less than a lot of people. And I'm still mostly finding enough stuff to do, and that is because the ability to put stuff outside has completely revolutionized the game. I've been planning my town and sort of arranging it from day one. And yes, it could be implemented a little better. It can be very frustrating at times. I've discovered that the Pro Controller's control stick is absolutely awful when you're trying to do precise movements. I've messed up so many times just because of the control stick, put things in the wrong place, or planted plants in the wrong place, or been facing slightly the wrong way, and it is very frustrating after a while. Doesn't seem to be that bad on the Joy-Con, but the Switch Pro Controller stick is terrible for precise movements. So yeah, it's been quite interesting to look, because I've visited a lot of towns, and that has been a lot of fun. Especially some of the N-Europe parties we've had, when we've had like 6 or 7 people together on one island and been doing games. That's been really cool. But just the variety and like how everybody's interpreting everything is so interesting to see different towns and how people have things laid out. Like, I visited a town of somebody this morning, somebody I have on my friends list. I don't even know who it is. Apparently we became friends on Splatoon. When I arrived, the first thing they did was apologise for the mess because they hadn't cleaned up the weeds. And they're just like, I'm the only person I know, or whose town I visited, out of about, I want to say between 10 and 15, who's separated the villages out on a wide scale. Like, I have villages all over the island, and a lot of people have everything sort of really, really compact and together. And I've used fences to give my villagers gardens, which I haven't seen anybody do. So it's just interesting to see like the different approaches that people have taken to how they lay out their town. I unlocked terraforming this morning after KK came, and I'm actually very happy with the layout of my island. So I've only just been making minor adjustments, unlike HOT, who's been like doing full scale renovation. And again, another problem that creeps up is, while these features are really good, the ability to change the rivers, do paths, and manage cliffs and stuff like that, it's very, very Nintendo in its execution. It's sort of a half step rather than a full step, because it doesn't quite give you the freedom you think it would, and it's frustrating to use. So that's a bit unfortunate. But all my complaints aside, I've been having a blast. The game looks so beautiful. The music's fantastic as well. Like, there's a real difference. I woke up really early the other day at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I stuck it on, and just the contrast of like the lighting and the sky compared to the day, compared to the evening, compared to the night. It's just, when you zoom in a little bit and like everything in the background blurs. Like they've done a really, really good job with the art style and the graphics in this game. I think it looks fantastic. Getting items has been a bit of a struggle for me. I don't know why. Every time I visit somebody else's island, they usually have a lot more stuff than I do. So I haven't been able to find a decent table or a decent bed for my house, which is annoying. I haven't been able to find many recipes. And I think that's because I haven't been talking to my villagers enough, so I need to change that. But overall, yeah, they've added enough stuff to keep it interesting, but kept sort of the core of the game, which made it interesting in the first place. So it's a good step. It's a good evolution of the series. And Mike actually posted on the forum yesterday, I think, what his like overall feeling of the game was. He's in about the similar place to me. He's unlocked terraforming. And he said that he's enjoying the game a lot, but one of the things that he doesn't like is some of the stuff they've changed from the previous game. So about like the KK music. Before, you could only get a KK song by listening to KK play every Saturday. Now you can buy it from the shop. But that was in New Leaf as well. And that just sort of takes away how special some of like the unique weekly sort of events are. Another complaint that I have is that the game is very slow to start. And by that I mean that I think it's because of quarantine, and I think the fact that everybody's just playing this for hours on end, it feels like unlocking new stuff and getting new villages and unlocking bridges and cliffs and stuff like that is taking a long time, and it feels like you have to wait for something new to come every day. But then on the other hand as well, like there's a lot of the main characters missing from the game that were in New Leaf, for example. So there's no Kix, there's no Katrina, there's no Red. Like I'm sure all these guys are going to come down the line. But,
I hope so.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. I've been very impressed with it so far, despite a few minor complaints. And I'm looking forward to seeing where they take it, and I hope they do over this next year take it somewhere and expand a lot on what we already have and give us new shops and new things to do and introduce new elements to the game. But as a base, where it is now, it's a lot of fun, and 60 hours in 2 weeks is more than I've played anything for a very, very long time. So good job, Nintendo. Very, very happy with this game.
And Greg, you've been playing it for a little while as well.
Yeah. What happened? Yeah, I just bit the bullet on it. Yesterday actually. I've sort of been thinking about it the last couple of days, and like I said to you guys, I have, you know, I can buy those like 2 for EE. I'm not even sure what it is, EE £4 or something vouchers, the Nintendo ones for the eShop, and I bought one of those last year, and I'd used one of them on New Super Mario Bros. U, and the other one's just been sitting there waiting for all this time, and there's nothing really else on the horizon that I want to spend it on. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give Animal Crossing a go again, because New Leaf is kind of bored of it actually. But like everybody seems to be on New Horizons now, and I kind of just got bit by the bug, and like the stress of like trying to pick where to place your tent and thinking, no, I want it a few millimeters over this way, whatever. It's like, I'm not sure how to feel about that at the moment, because like you said, Nick, everybody seems to be putting their villagers all like together or whatever. I've placed my 2 villagers so far like pretty much beside each other as well, but I sort of feel like when I eventually get the terraform and stuff, like I'll probably just completely revamp everything. So I don't know how I feel about structuring my town at the minute, because I do feel like eventually I will just completely rip it to pieces if that was possible. But yeah, it's been decent so far. Like I haven't done very much since I only got it yesterday evening. Just designed my character, placed my tent, and got peaches as my fruit again. Or bums in the trees as my son was calling them. Little bums, yeah. So like just basically just shook all those off the trees, and got gifted some apples this morning but I don't have a spade or anything yet, like a shovel, so I can't plant those or anything.
Yeah, I think the shovel comes like the second day, which is quite annoying, or the third day you can only get the shovel, like the recipe or from the shop. I remember that being annoying.
Yeah, I've crafted an axe and my net, which just broke there just before we started recording. So I've caught a few bugs and sent those off to, I assume Blathers comes in at some point. But yeah, it does feel like one of those games that I'll just keep chipping away at, and before you know it, you probably will be about 40 or 50 hours into it and wondering what you've achieved. But it does just feel like tranquil, and like I'm in the mood for it at the minute. Yeah.
It is very tranquil, and it is a nice game to just sit and play. But there's one thing actually you mentioned there that I want to talk about. And while I understand the flimsy tools break very easily, like the net and the fishing rod, it's beyond frustrating how often the regular net and fishing rod and axe and spade break. And it's I don't understand why they did that. Okay, flimsy stuff can break easily, I get it. But why is my regular shovel breaking and my regular axe? Because, you know, when you're in the middle of cutting down like a group of trees, your axe broke, you have to go all the way back home, get the materials from your house, craft it again, and then go back. It's just a waste of time. Like, flimsy stuff, okay, let it break in the beginning of the game, but, you know, when you're trying to make progress, it feels very hindering when all your items keep breaking.
So I assume if you're doing like the terraforming business, like you're going to be using your shovel and stuff quite a lot.
No, you get extra stuff for that. It's not the regular. So that doesn't break.
Thank goodness for that, because I was sort of thinking like the amount of stuff I'd be wanting to do, like if it's breaking every couple of minutes. Yeah,
you're safe.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear the game is supposed to be really good though.
Yeah. How's the online portion of it? I've heard some complaints, especially from Smeagol, maybe Dracon as well. I can't remember who's complained about it.
Dracon was complaining about it,
yeah. Saying he had to fill in a questionnaire every time he wanted to leave his town.
Once you arrive in another town, doesn't matter how many players there are, if there's 2 or 8, it's perfect. Runs really smoothly, no problems. There's a couple of like little glitches, but there's nothing major. But actually opening your gates or getting to another town is a pain in the backside, to be honest. And it is a questionnaire, because it's, what do you want to do? Travel. Do you want to travel local or online? Online. Okay, now saving. Do you want to go to any friend or use a dodo code? Any friend. Okay, now searching. Now searching. Now searching. Oh, drumsticks. I couldn't find anything. Search again. Searching. Would you like to go to this town? Yes, I would. Okay, save again. Get on the plane. Wait about 2 or 3 minutes before your plane to land, and then you can start playing. And it is just, it's so slow and annoying, but I guess this is all connected with that save file, 1 file per switch, and how everything's work. It's archaic, but it's Nintendo, so what else would you expect? At least it works. Once it works, it works. It's just a bit of a painful process actually getting there.
That's a shame.
What's the name of your island?
The name of my island?
Yeah.
It's Leopire.
And yours, Greg?
Fox Peak. My wife wanted something foxy. I was going to go for something pretty mundane, like Isolation or something stupid. Yeah, Fox Peak. What's yours going to be, Lee?
Well, I nearly did bite the bullet about two nights ago, and my finger was hovering above the CD keys purchase button with a PayPal packet towards JBS. You get 5% of what I pay. Apparently, it was £40 on PayPal on CD keys. And I was there, I was hovering over it, going, oh, come on, I'm saving my money. I backed off, and now I'm looking less likely to be picking it up, which is a shame. It's not for me at this moment. I've looked at my backlog. I've got, I finished another game this morning. I got 59 or 58 games to get through, and then I'll consider.
I would say, though, I think if anybody is interested in Animal Crossing and is holding off, now is the time to get it. I would say, while everybody's really into it.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought, because like it's been out for 2 weeks now, and even I was thinking, like, is it getting getting too late to sort of jump in, especially when you're saying like, oh, you've completed it or whatever. But yet, like, if I didn't have that voucher sitting in my system, I wouldn't have paid the money for it. But
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.